Well, thanks for the games, guys. It was a pretty nice series. Gotta say, all things considered, it's nice to see that you both had the courage to do something a little bit less than standard. And I also appreciate
Yeah.
the fact that you didn't just six pull all three games in a row.
No, my weakness is in the longer games, so it's where I need to
Yeah, I would
practice.
say mine is too.
Yeah, mega props for that. Basically, it's good. Highlights what you need to work on, and works forward from there. So basically, what we'll do here is we'll just talk about each game in turn, and since you guys haven't played each other before, so you didn't know exactly what to expect, we're gonna ask first about kind of how you approached this matchup on the ladder, and then how your approach changed as you went through the series. So starting with you, Mr. Goro.
Well, the first game, I just kind of lost. Like, I don't know what else to say. Uh, and I didn't know what to do. So then the second game, I kind of like cheesed them back, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll can rush him, maybe it will work. Even though my friend tells me never to can rush, I was like, whatever. And it ends up working, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll build Void Rays, and then it worked. So, and then the third game, I wasn't gonna can rush him again. I didn't think he was gonna rush me, so I just uh expanded early and built a ton of units, and I guess I won. And yeah.
All right, and Tythorr.
Well, the first game, Andy's Arc sent me a message saying he wanted me to do the Fun Day Monday, so I obliged. Um, Unfortunately, it didn't go very epic. I was expecting you to plug that hole a little sooner. At least maybe I wanted to get a few lings in there, but I was like, oh hey, the hole's not plugged.
uh,
So
yeah, generally with that, and you can kind of write this, kind of keep this as a rule of thumb, Goro. Unless you're in a really huge map like Frost or Ultrazine,
Yeah.
when you get into their base and you see only six drones like that, basically what's going to happen is the lings will get there before your wall finishes.
All right.
Almost always. So getting down the forge was a good move, though. That's fine if you leave that on the low ground. Trying to get a cannon up in your main base would be the next response after that. Where you
All
go
right.
from there kind of depends on how the game plays out a little bit. Four gates are a decent option, though. It's what I've been
All
yeah,
right.
experimenting with.
I'll do that next time.
you
If
can also if you last resort, you can plug that hole with some probes. Yeah, you lose some probes,
Yeah, that works
but
too.
it'll buy you a lot of time, and time is worth more to you at that point because
That
I've only got a few drones.
that works too. Another thing too is if it's a slightly later pool, like you see slightly more drones, but the pool is there, you can plug it up. So if it's like a 9 or a 10 pool, it kind of varies depending on the map whether the 9 pool will work for this, but uh, you can actually wall it off in that situation with the cannon. You will have enough time. So in a lot of cases, you don't even really need to see the pool if you can see the number of drones there. Like if it doesn't look like there's more than 10, you should be pretty worried.
All right.
But that's tricky though, just because like if you don't know exactly what to do, yeah, it's definitely gonna get you. And the thing is, even if you know what to do, it can still kill you anyway. So it's the nature. It's the
Yeah.
nature of cheese, regardless of the race that's doing it. So
Good advice.
yeah, beyond that, there's the cannon rush.
Yeah,
So
that cannon rush took me off guard. I
some
don't
of
know how I didn't see that.
there
It
was
was like right there.
there was nothing posted over or near the natural. Like
Entrance. Yeah,
most Zergs that I've seen deal with this, they just bring one of their overlords and park it above the base.
and usually I do, but I just guess I must have spaced it this time because I looked down and the next thing you know there's a cannon. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me! And that after that, my whole stride was just gone.
That's what I
I
mean
didn't
when
know
I
what to
say it
do.
can work on anybody, even if you know what to do. I mean it can still get you. It's just the way it is. Now that last game turned into something a little bit more standard looking, more or less. But did you guys have any particular thoughts about that? Because I mean, there's tiny little normal mistakes. I'm not going to highlight supply block stuff, missing workers, blah, whatever.
Yeah.
You guys know that. I'm not going to harp on it. But is there anything in general? And you can extend this to some people in the chat. Like I know Pilch21. He's also known as Nomad. He's a very very good Zerg player. So he's somebody who might be good to have input on with this. I don't know about the rest of you, where you stand, but if you got anything you want to throw out there, feel free to do it. So, any thoughts from you guys, though?
Um. Well, this is the first game of StarCraft I've played in I want to say maybe a month or two.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
Wow.
Yeah, school is pretty much dominating my life at the moment. So
Fair enough.
it's kind of nice to get out, and then play some games. But right now I'm got to work more on my thesis, so time is something I don't have much of right now. Until maybe I could probably play some more when summer hits. But I tend to have these cycles where I play a lot and then I don't play at all, and I play a lot and I don't play at all. So I was out of practice. Yeah, I was that last game. I was spamming R instead of E. I was like,
Mm.
whatever they're called. Vipers. I was like, where are my vipers at? I kept spamming R, like, and I kept looking back and down, like, I see more roaches, but I don't see any vipers. What's going on? And by the time I got my
Oh.
vipers out, he had so many units. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, he came down. I was expecting to have vipers up at that little outpost up north. I was gonna start pulling in his Colossus, and I didn't have vipers.
Oh no. Wow. Okay. Cool.
I
I
mean,
was actually going to
I put
ask
the
about that
hatchery
because
up there.
it seemed like a neat idea to try and set up a kind of forward defensive position like that. I was like, oh, I wonder what
Well,
he's
I was
planning to do
trying to
with
set
it.
up a
And
fort.
yeah.
That hatchery was supposed to be used to feed the vipers, which
Mm.
weren't there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, I understand that. That makes sense.
So
I
I
thought.
thought that hatchery is perfect for that sort of thing. I mean, you get a forward base, you get the creep to
Hmm.
protect um your creep or your spine crawlers and spore crawlers, and then you don't have to bring your corruptors anywhere else. You just sit there feasting, and you get as many abducts as you want. But then that failed real hard.
Right, right. Well, it happens the way it kind of played out. So Goro actually did have a question. Do you go for a lot of Colossus typically in these games?
No, I actually barely ever build Colossus. I
Oh.
just like to build well, usually I try to all in because I'm not very good at the late game, so I don't get to building Colossi. So, yeah, but no, I don't usually build Colossus.
All right, fair enough. I was gonna say it was a little bit surprising. I mean, to see you go out to about seven. I mean, it works. It's just like you need to manually spread them, or else like one of them will get trapped in the back and go, I'm useless. But
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter in this particular situation. In any case, thanks for playing, guys. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I don't know if there's any comments from people in the chat. Doesn't look like it, but yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys, and well, basically, the normal format for this is we play a total of 3 show matches with the same pair, and on the third one, you can play a best of 5 if you'd like to continue playing each other. So,
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
absolutely.
Sure. Well, you might want to wait until I'm maybe done with this semester. Um,
Well, it'll be in another
because like
two
I said,
weeks. If you have
the
if you
last
have
game
time, fine. If not, we push it. That's fine.
okay. Well, I mean, like I said, the only time I play this game now is for the show matches, so I'm getting literally no practice between games.
Mm,
Um, so you know,
it's understandable. All right. In that
yeah.
case, what you
Also,
guys might want to try and do, and instead of like a show match every 2 weeks, is maybe just practice with each other a little bit.
Yeah.
Just get
yeah,
out and play some
whatever. I
games.
mean, that's fine. If he doesn't mind me being squishy,
It'll keep
I'm,
you
I'm not
keep
that
you in
good
it.
either, so.
If you can play 1 or 2 games, even if it's just with each other, 1 or 2 games a week, you'll at least prevent yourself from getting worse. So it's kind of like playing piano or playing a sport in that way.
yeah.
But in any
Yeah.
case, thanks for playing.
Thanks for
Thank you.
having me.